Hey guys, Ryan Steinelson here with DIY AI, and it's January 13th at 2 o'clock. I'm going to be talking about how to leverage artificial intelligence, AI agents, AI chatbots to grow your business to the next level and to help you to do the things that you want to do as a business owner and to assign or build an AI agent that can do everything else so that you don't have to do all those things that sometimes require retraining of employees and all that sort of thing. I just talked to a plastic surgeon today, and one of the things that he wants to automate is, for example, is the processing of insurance cards to identify which insurance patients can actually he can actually do surgery on, and where the insurance will actually pay for the plastic surgery that he's able to do. So just one example. Another example of an agent that this particular plastic surgeon wanted is an agent that actually can fill out disability forms so that the person that is going to be getting the surgery can actually be out of work. So that's a form that the staff usually takes many hours to fill out, and they actually get paid a lot of times. They charge people between $25 and $50 per form to be filled out by the staff. So if the company or if the plastic surgery office or the surgeon and the staff, let's say they fill out 10, 20 of them a month, a lot of times the agent can be paid for just by people actually paying them to fill out those forms for them. And the other thing, and the great thing is that no longer does an employee have to go and and fill out the forms and look up the person's insurance information and the type of surgery they're getting. All that information is just gathered using OCR, or optical character recognition. It's taken using OCR from the insurance card from the patient and from other documents that are uploaded by the patient. All of that stuff now is automated. Everything in that whole process is automated, and it makes it so that that person that was doing that job before now can do something that's much more valuable for their time. And so this is really where agents are being used a lot. So if you're not familiar with me and what I talk about on these workshops or who I am, so again, my name is Ryan. I'm the founder of DIY AI. I'm also the founder of Accelerate Marketing. It's an agency that's been around for about 20 years, almost 2 decades. Before Google was Google, actually, and Meta was Meta. We were marketing or helping businesses get found on the interwebs. And what we do is we do that primarily with 2 strategies. One is Google local service ads optimization, and the other is Google business profile optimization. And then third, we convert or help the client to convert those leads by giving them an AI agent or a chatbot. An agent is defined as a AI digital employee that actually gets things done. It gets work done. A chatbot primarily just communicates via email, text, chat, etc. And that can be taken, it can be done in the form of either an intake digital employee or a customer service digital employee, etc. So let me know what questions you guys have. You can always just ask any question below this video, wherever you're watching this, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, YouTube, etc. We're broadcasting to all of them. If you're not watching it live, I will respond to all questions within 24 hours. And yeah, we've been doing this for quite some time. My agency was asked to be a partner with Google local service ads about 9 or 7 years ago. And we've been a partner with them ever since. And we do help businesses to really take it to the next level, like I said. And today I'm going to be talking about, thank you for the thumbs up, Jordy. If you guys have any questions, you can just post them below the video. And let me just give you some of where you can find us. So you can go to DIYai.ai, our website to find out more information. You can also go to school.com/DIY AI. And you can also text us at 561-861-3238. I was giving the example of a plastic surgeon that I was talking to today that is looking to automate their business and really looking to create more efficiencies in their business by leveraging artificial intelligence or AI agents and AI chatbots. So answering the phone with a chatbot, then taking that patient through with their insurance information being uploaded to qualify them for the surgery using an insurance agent that would do that job. Once the person's been qualified, then getting them the disability paperwork processed. And I got some questions here. So Jordy, what's going on, man? Emily said AI. So yeah, so great to have you here. Thanks for joining. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to put a link here where you can join in the comments so that you can join if you want. So, and then I'm also going to, so you can click that link and join live. And I'm going to go through the topics that I laid out in the description of the video, which is really straightforward. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm trying to talk about here today. So it's basically building these employees, either a chatbot or a chat agent that never sleeps, never quits. A lot of people are working really hard because they're doing a lot of tasks that a machine can quite, directly, a machine can really do better, faster, and even cheaper. Most people think that AI is a toy, and the more successful businesses right now are understanding that really the AI can be a workforce. Today, I'm going to show you the digital twin framework and how to take one specific job in your company, map the logic, and then hand it off to an AI agent that works 24/7. Now, this is one of the most important things that I think any business could do, is either use like Notebook LM or something to create a workflow. You can upload your process document, whatever that is, the text, and then upload that to Notebook LM and then say, hey, I want you to generate a process document, a step-by-step understanding of my business's workflow and how we get things done from point A all the way to point B, all the way to point Z. More importantly, what you're doing is you're identifying all those opportunities for a digital employee to step in at any one of those steps in the process. For example, again, the plastic surgeon, there's an opportunity for a digital agent, to actually qualify the patient by looking at their insurance information and then going into a portal and identifying even further if the person can actually qualify for plastic surgery. The second step would be once they qualify and they find out that the insurance will actually pay for it, the second step would be to then fill out, or another step in the process would be to fill out the forms for disability insurance. And there's many other steps in their workflow. The question is what's your workflow? What are the steps that you can create a digital employee for in order to take each step of that process, so that one agent's talking to the next agent, to the next, and it's just handing off the information from one person or one agent to the next, just like you would with a regular employee. The only difference is that these are digital. Okay. So chatbots talk, agents work. That's the difference. Agents will get things done. And there's a big shift from simple ChatGPT for chat interfaces to AI agents that have tool access, like access to your CRM or your pricing, or your where an AI agent can send an invoice, or where we can update the lead information in the CRM. We want to be able to have the agent do things like do a warm transfer or schedule an appointment. in your CRM. Or like I said, like give a quote immediately. And I'm going to talk about this in another step here of the three main points that I'm talking about today. And the last one is vision to action sales bots. And I'm going to show you what that is and how that can work. And just to give you an example, like kind of like I did with the plastic surgeon. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Again, you can text us at 561-861-3238. You can also visit our website at DIYAI.ai. And our school community is great. I mean, it's free. You have a lot of access to information there. And we can build these agents for you. You know, my agency, I have two. I have a digital marketing agency and an AI agency, and both can help you. One can generate leads. The other one can help convert those leads with the AI agents and get things done in your business. Work as an employee. So the second part of what I want to talk about is the small language models for privacy and speed. So smaller models are more appealing and potentially more profitable for your business because they're run locally and they don't take as many tokens or even any tokens. And this allows a business to keep all their customer data private, and response times will still remain under 100 milliseconds, which is the trust threshold for voice calls. So be thinking about these. Instead of large language models, is an SLM, a small language model that's built just for your business. Okay. The vision to action sales bots. We're building this actually for a contractor right now. The contractor came to me and said, Ryan, we're using ChatGPT in order to take images for people that we're doing contractor work for. We're building, we're replacing tile, or we're changing the wall color, or we're changing the cabinetry, or we're just changing the face of the cabinetry. And people want to see what the after looks like. So what they're doing is they're uploading the before picture, and then they're verbally giving a prompt to ChatGPT to change something in the image, and that the person that they're working with wants, in order to show that person what the outcome would look like, what the end result would look like. And it's been a resounding success for these business owners, these contractors that are leveraging this new technology to make their sales process much faster, much easier, much more convincing. And so what he wanted to do is he wanted to make that process an easier one, where instead of giving it a prompt, what he wanted to do was just upload an image quickly and then select from a drop-down menu from their swatches, from their handle pulls, from their cabinetry, from their flooring tile selections that they have, in order to make it very easy for somebody to actually change the photo. And then also the other thing is that in the photo, there's another piece of tech where you can identify exactly what it is that you want to change, and it will draw a polygonal form around that section and say, do you want to replace this? For example, you take a picture of a family room or a living room and you just select the floor area in a polygonal shape, and the agent will say, okay, do you want to replace this? And then what do you want to replace it with? And that way it's very specific in terms of what it is that is being replaced, so that people can see the outcome. And so it's actually very easy for the outside salespeople to use the tech in order to get the result in front of the person that they're meeting with right then and right there. So there's no waiting time. There's no prompting. It's literally like just upload a photo, identify what they want to change, and then select from the drop-down menu. And the drop-down menu also makes it so that there's consistency, so that you know that you're getting a consistent outcome in terms of what the the flooring is, etc., because it's only the selections that you have and not something else that's just made up, so that the person gets a real example of what it truly will look like based on the swatches that you have or the examples that you have. So another great example of how AI apps can be built to solve problems very quickly. Now, from there, the next step is, okay, well, you've got the person uploading the photo themselves, potentially selecting from a drop-down menu of the flooring type. They see it, they create the floor that they want, and they see what it looks like in their family room. Now the person's going to want an estimate. So the next step is okay, what is the all that the person needs to do then is just upload the square footage for that specific area, and then the AI agent can actually give an estimate. The next step would be, okay, so that's the estimate agent, and the next step would be, okay, once the person says yes, that I want to move forward with that, then the estimate turns into an invoice, and that invoice is sent over, and the invoice is paid. The job is booked. Now there's a booking agent that then takes over and schedules an appointment after the invoice has been paid, so on and so on and so on. So this is where hopefully you guys can see that, and this is a really good question. And one of the questions that I got today from the plastic surgeon is okay, well, let's say, like, can you make one agent that just does all the jobs? And the response that I give him, and the other question and the concern that he has, and a lot of people have, is, well, I've got specific proprietary processes that only I know, and that really have helped me to build and grow my business. And they're proprietary and specific to me, and I don't want anybody else to know it. So what's to keep you, Ryan, being the AI guy and creating these digital employees from me, from going out there and actually selling my processes to somebody else? And the thing that I always share is that, look, we can separate out your process. Think of me as being, or my agents as being, the chef, and what your process is the recipe. We can separate the recipe from the agent. The agent only takes the recipe or the instructions and actually does the work. We build all the OCR recognition, the optical character recognition that's needed, the communication between agents, the step-by-step processes that need to have that happen. We do everything else. We build the chatbots that connect to the large language models, that are connected to a RAG system that references the knowledge base so that the agent knows what your business is about. We keep all of that. We keep the vector database, up to speed and up to date. We make sure that we're HIPAA compliant, all those things. All you have to worry about is, okay, what is that recipe? What is that workflow? Your workflow is specific to you and your business. I don't want to know what your workflow is. I do want to know what your workflow is, because I want to help you implement AI agents to help that workflow be implemented much more easily and much more efficiently and much more effectively and at a lower cost. But ultimately, you don't have to worry about me going and reselling your recipe. And I bake that into the agreement that I have with anybody that I'm working with, is to not sell the recipe, to sell the agent. For example, the insurance agent or the disability paperwork processing agent, but not to sell the specific recipe that they use and the flow of the flow of that work that goes from one agent to another agent. That's their specific workflow and different from anybody else's. And so it's really important that you understand that as a business owner, and understand that it's good for you to ask that question, and it's justifiable for you to want to know, like, what the answer to that question is. First of all, you want to know that you can trust the agency that you're working with to not take your IP, your intellectual property, which is your recipe, and go and sell that recipe to somebody else. We've finally gone from chatbots to mid-level agents now, and with very minimal errors in billing and coding. Good. That's awesome. Are you with where you work for a physician, obviously? chatbots to mid-level agents now with, and the other thing that you can do is you can have an agent that oversees the processing of the billing and the coding, which Groovenhouse, is that my cousin? Wow, it'd be awesome if you're on, dude. And so, yeah, so anyway, so let me know what other questions you guys have. And the other question is, you know, can you make one agent to do all of this? And the answer I would say is do you have one person that does all the jobs? You have one person doing typically one job, and then they hand that result of what they do over to the next person. So you train that person and you make them very, very good at that job. And then, so they're not distracted from doing anything else. And so this is the reason why you really compartmentalize a job for one agent to make it so that there's compartmentalization, so you can actually know when that job has been complete and hand it off to the next agent with the handoff process. So that's another really good question that I would ask if I were you is, you know, can some of these agents be combined? And most likely the answer is no. But even so, what I would also ask is, you know, if you're building these agents, once you're done building the agents, how do you generate more leads? And that's one of the things that we're also, that you can also, like my agency can help this guy with, this plastic surgeon and some of these other businesses, is the lead gen process, to get more people coming in the door that they can process the insurance for. And that's done with typically like Google local service ads optimization, or even setting up a business, because plastic surgeons just were allowed, the vertical for plastic surgery just opened up for Google local service ads. So now they can show up right at the top of Google with that Google verified checkbox and generate a lot of pre-qualified, pre-sold, direct inbound direct phone calls from Google, from people looking for their services. It's a pretty good deal. So anyway, let me know what questions you guys have. I'm going to probably cut it short today unless there's more questions. Let me know, you know, what questions you have on the replay. Again, if you want, you can always go visit us at DIYai.ai. You can also go to school.com/DIYai, join that community there. And again, you can text us at 561-861-3238. Let us know what questions you have. I look forward to seeing you on our next week's meeting at this same time, 2 o'clock, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.